Yo, what's good, Raider Nation? Welcome back to the channel. I kind of want to step away from the Max Crosby. It's real big and everybody's talking about it. So I kind of wanted to talk about something else. But today we're going to talk about something that would absolutely break the internet if it happened, in my opinion, right? Derek Carr and Khalil Mack coming back to the Raiders. Now, before you jump in the comments, let's be real, right? This is a speculation, but it's actually possible. But there are actually some real things happening right now that could make the conversation interesting, right? Let's start with Khalil Mack. So for those who don't remember, Mack was drafted by the Raiders back in 2014, I think, 5th overall. And he quickly became one of the best defenders in the league. Hands down. He won Defensive Player of the Year in 2016 and was basically the face of the Raiders defense for years, kind of like Max Crosby, right? But back in 2018, I would have cried just thinking about it. The Raiders traded him to Chicago Bears, and it shocked everyone. I think people who are not even Raider fans was like, what are they doing? So it shocked us, and we still hurt because I hear people all the time comparing it to the Max situation of the speculation of him getting traded. People are still comparing that to Khalil Mack. So, and even Derek Carr reacted publicly about this because they were close teammates and friends, right? So we fast forward to now. I believe Khalil Mack is 35 years old, heading into the free agency, and reports says that he's decided to keep playing instead of retire in the 2026 season. So the biggest question becomes is, could the Raiders bring him back for one last run? So I'm going to say this. Let's think about this, y'all. A veteran pass rusher, Raiders legend, and someone who still has production left. He had over 100 career sacks, even had 17 sacks in 2023, and he can still impact the game. And now imagine this: Max Crosby on one side and Khalil Mack on the other. Boy, my nipples is hard just thinking about it. That right there would instantly give the Raiders one of the most dangerous pass rush duos in the NFL. And Raider Nation, we would absolutely lose our minds singing Mack back in the silver black. Tell me you wouldn't. Now, aside from Mack, let's move on to Sir Derek. All right. So this is what I think with Derek Carr. Carr spent almost 10 years with the Raiders. He made multiple Pro Bowls, and for a long time, he was, for a long time, I guess him and Khalil Mack was the face of the franchise, right? But after Khalil Mack, it really became about Carr being the face of the franchise, right? He went through a lot of coach changes, right? From Oakland to Las Vegas, the roster rebuilds, the heartbreaking playoff loss. Oh my God! After 2021 season where we lost, and his injuries and things of that nature, and eventually the Raiders moved on and he ended up with the Saints. But here's the interesting part, right? So reports recently said that Derek Carr is serious about returning to the NFL after stepping away last year. And there are teams actually monitoring the situation. So he's actually garnering some interest. And here's a crazy question. Could a reunion with the Raiders actually happen? Realistically, the Raiders probably move forward with the younger quarterback, Mendoza, right? But in my opinion, I wouldn't mind seeing Fernando sit back for 1 year and learning from Carr, right? I wouldn't mind it. And then he comes in the second year and, so on. But we've seen things crazy in the NFL. Players come back to the teams that they were drafted by all the time. And sometimes it's about legacy. Sometimes it's about unfinished business, right? And if you really think about it, Carr and Mack were supposed to be the core Raiders for the next decade back when they were drafted. A young quarterback, elite pass rusher, franchise cornerstone, right? But the team rebuilt and Mack trade changed like everything. So, I mean, how can I put it to you? Just imagine a scenario where both of them come back near the end of careers just to finish what they started. And honestly, that would be one of the coolest full circle moments in Raiders history, right? Now, again, this is all speculation, of course, right? It's all speculation, and this is a lot of my opinion. But Mack becoming a free agent and Carr potentially returning to the league definitely makes it a conversation worth having. So, Raider Nation, I want you to think about that, right? If you had a chance, Would you bring back Khalil Mack? And would you bring back Derek Carr? Or should the Raiders just move forward with a completely new era? And that's just my opinion, man. Drop a comment. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe because we talking about Raiders football all season, Raiders rumors, free agency, draft talk, everything. Until next time, Raider Nation, just win, baby.